What is going on, YouTube? This is my new channel. I am Crypto Kev, and we are going to be the Crypto Junkies. Because I don't know about you guys, but me, I am addicted to this stuff. I can't help but to look at charts throughout the day, every 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even though I know it's just going to make me impulse trade. So that's the first thing I want to talk about is don't trade if Bitcoin goes up $50 or goes down $50. It's called overtrading. You're going to end up losing money or just not make as much as you should be making. And I fell to this from when I got into crypto back in the end of August all the way up to, I would say, the top towards the end of December. And I was over trading. I was like, oh, wow, I just made 10%. Didn't know what I was doing, let me sell, and then you know what? I look at it the next day and it's up another 50% because we all know 100% gains, 3x's are nothing in crypto. So, first of all, I want to come over here and look at crypto market cap. Sorry, crypto market cap, coin market cap. We're just under the 500 billion range again. If we zoom this out, we did touch over it back on the 17th, which is probably when Bitcoin reached its high of about 11.2, depending on where you were looking. So that's a good sign. We had a pretty steady increase up until this sell-off, which was last night. Coming back to the beginning, another thing that I want to point out is the Bitcoin dominance is back up to 37%, which is still low considering, but now we have so many more altcoins competing for Bitcoin. And to see that go from a 33%, which personally I didn't think was going to recover that much, it's back up to 37, which could be a good sign that Bitcoin might want to go on a run soon here. So before we look at anything else, we're going to look at Bitcoin. And this is something that I kind of came up with the other day. And now, if you asked me 2 weeks ago and I made a video, or maybe 3 weeks ago, I would have said, you know what? We might be seeing a level somewhere in here. Let me draw this for you. Somewhere from, it's going to be a pretty big range, but like a 4K pretty much all the way down to 2000 was my goal to start buying again. Although I was buying at 8K and 6K, but my real money was going to be put here. But now, zoomed out, which is always good to do. And if you come here and look at the chart, we have a parabolic move up, correction or a pullback, whatever you want to call it, and then one much smaller move up, and then a long-term bear market. So now originally where I thought we were was up here. And, we would see a little bit of this and a little bit of this. But now, if you really want to look at the pattern, looks more like we're right here. And we could be seeing one more move up, which is right here. I have my target line somewhere in this range. And it makes sense. People have been calling for $50,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2018 or 40,000. So I think that if you have bought in lower, 6,000, 8,000, I wouldn't necessarily be selling it right now. I would hold it, dollar cost average in. If you really do want to sell a little bit, take some profit, go for it. But just be careful because we could be seeing a huge swing up again within the beginning of March, mid-March. So that is just one thing that I see on a longer term scale. Now, if we want to zoom out to like a 4 hour, or actually, let's go to the day. I want to point something out on the day too. Or let me go back to the week first. So another reason is look at the weekly RSI top. So each of these tops, we've reached an RSI of nearly 100, which is the relative strength index. If you look at this last run, we're much lower. Yes, we were still overbought, but another thing is look at where we reversed from last time on the RSI. The same spot that we bounced from this time. But this time, we even have a little bit more momentum on our bounce. It almost looks like a clear reversal on the weekly. If we zoom in here, that's right here. We have our hammer candle followed by a bullish candle, which is strong signs of a reversal. Now, if we can close out this week and get higher than 11.8, which is going to be tough, I know, but that would be a very good sign to continue this upward bull market that we've had since, 2015, I would say. So once again, let's zoom out to see on a smaller scale what is happening. So I don't know why my line is a little bit off right here, but so right here I have our upward trend line representing our downtrend. And if you see, one good sign on this chart is we have our 50 EMA, which is our yellow line, crossing back above our 100 EMA line, which is showing you that the short term is bullish. Beyond that, we are also above our 300 EMA and hanging around it. So right now, the best possible scenario would be consolidation. If you look over here, we have a lot of chop. So there's a lot of trades that were happening at this level. So we should be seeing that again on the way up because charts repeat themselves. You just got to look for the patterns. So if we break this line, which I have a few alerts set in TradingView, which if you don't know how to do that, leave a comment. We'll go over that in a video another day. But so if we get close to this line, I have an alert going off to tell me to buy because I want to try and buy the breakout. Do I have some right now? Yes. But I also want to get a little bit more if we do show signs of that breakout. Because after that, later in this video, we'll be looking at Litecoin and how it just recently broke out to show exactly what happens when something will break a long-term trend down. And you have to think is you're not the only one looking at this same chart. And you'll notice that if you hang out on TradingView, people are always posting things. So anyway, if we break this line, which personally I think that we will see it, like I said, sometime in March around this level, we'll go sideways for a little bit. So if we even wanted to take our date range right here, say we consolidated in this level for, why is that not showing up? For about 13 days, say another 13 days, bring us to the beginning of March, and then we'll really see what's happening. And I mean, 11.5 right now looks like where our major resistance was. 12K isn't going to be another major resistant line. But if we could really break above 12, 13K, we're, in my opinion, going to be out of this bear market. And zooming back out, looks kind of ugly right there. Looking at the one more leg up before we have this potentially 6 month, year-long bear market that everyone has been waiting for. So it's good to learn trend lines, support resistance, RSI, a few other indicators I like to use is the Ichimoku cloud. Um, anyway, so that's my analysis on Bitcoin and what I think. It's looking good right now, but just like with anything, you ever hear the term trends are your friends until they're not? That could happen here too. So coming back at Litecoin, we're at about 223 after this huge move up that we had back on the 13th and 14th. And a lot of people were making jokes saying, "Oh, it didn't go higher because people had to pay their Valentine's Day dinner, They had to take their profits out." I don't know if that's true, but that's just something that we had. Anyway, so looking at the day here, and the Litecoin chart looks a lot better than the Bitcoin chart in the fact that right here we have, this is our 300 EMA again on the daily. We have not one bounce, but two bounces off of it. So that right here is a double bottom. And if you look here, this is our trend line to show if we do get above that, it's a sure sign of a reversal. And not only that, but we did break that long-term trend down line that I was talking about on Bitcoin. And look what happened. This is why I said that I want to buy it if it breaks out on Bitcoin because look, it broke out. And this is something I did do. I bought a little bit earlier. I bought it at about 161 because I was looking at a 4 hour time and it gave me a little bit of a heads up. A little bit more risk, of course, but you're still looking at least a 27, 30% gain if you did want to sell. So, and another good sign that this was a reversal is because this is a heavy support resistant line. We have touch here, couldn't really break here, and then watch what happens when it broke above. Huge move up. And another good sign is that we broke above this resistant level with our breakthrough. So now we're just hanging around, and we're going to zoom out and show you what I think is a bull flag forming. So before we go into that, I just want to bring up what a bull flag will look like. So basically it says is that you'll have a pretty much straight move up and then a pause where people are either taking profit or people just don't feel comfortable buying more at that level, so it's going to slow down a little bit and consolidate. And basically, it's going to be two parallel lines where here would be the top of the chart, here would be the bottom, it would bounce up in here, and then eventually move up the same distance as our original flagpole. So, let me zoom here. So here we have I'll use a trend line to represent it, our flagpole, our flag. You see, we came here, bounced up, came to the top, bounced back down, bounced off of this resistance level instead of the bottom of the pole. I mean, the flag, which isn't a bad sign, came back up, and now we're having some trouble breaking through here again. So, but now if we consolidate for here another, say, I don't know, 5 days to a week, maybe 2 weeks, and we take this flagpole and do something like this because again, you want to start from the bottom of the flag and say now we're looking at a target upwards of the 280 level. Maybe we'll see it try to challenge 300. That was our last um, big move up where we got rejected at back in January 6th, the beginning of January. That was our last move. But either way, this is a great sign for Litecoin. Right now, maybe open up a small position if you don't already and you have interest in Litecoin. We have LightPay coming out, which there's a lot of controversial things going around on how convenient it's going to be, how many taxes are people going to have to pay when they want to go and buy just a standard cup of coffee using Litecoin. Is it really practical yet? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, I think it is a good indicator that crypto is still evolving and growing, and we're getting closer to everyday use now. Will it replace fiat? Who knows? It's a speculative market. Don't put more than you can lose. Crypto Junkies, this is Kevin. I will hopefully have another video out for you guys in a few days. Thank you.